Good morning, guys. It's Ruthie with the Purple Backyard Farm. I still have my cast on, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about life with a cast on. Okay, so first of all, just having the cast on every day can make me feel discouraged and just kind of like just frustrated because I can't do anything because it is my right hand. But I also know, and if you saw my previous video about this, that God allowed me to break my wrist 2 times, I believe, to get my attention, to slow me down, because I just have a tendency to just do way too much myself and for other people. And sometimes you can be so busy that you can't hear from God. You're not taking care of yourself because you're so busy helping everybody else. And if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of other people? And plain and simple, I just feel like God wanted to slow me down. Which, like I said, I talked about that in my previous video. But some of the fun things about having a cast on, I mean, if you get stuck wearing a cast of any nature, you can kind of find the fun in it. So because it's been so long, because I went the 6 weeks and I had like the healing time, I was healing, and now I've got another 6 weeks, and this break was worse, a lot worse than the first one. I mean, I'm still in pain from it. And so, how do I put this? It's giving me the opportunity to try new things. Like, example, I'm getting pretty good with my left hand, and I'm right-handed. I decided, hey, my mom can write with both hands, so this is a good time for me to try to just use both hands for everything. And by the way, my other wrist hurts too, because when I fell, I used both of my wrists to block the fall, although I did hit my face. So that wrist hurts too. So it's just really weird. But anyway, you can find the good in it. I'm enjoying the morning sitting down and just, watching the birds, taking it slower, not being in such a rush to do everything, knowing that it will all get done, letting go of things. Just letting go of things that I know are not necessary. One of the things that I did is I told Clay that we have to get rid of all the animals. It's been something we've discussed before. Now, the quail aren't bad, but the chickens are a problem. And what happened, here's where the problem lies in. In the winter, I always worry about Clay walking to the barn in the snow, and I have to do it too, and one of us falling on the ice. Clay doesn't always walk good, and because he's still healing from his hip surgery. So I just felt like it's the time. So I said, Clay, I am not going to help you with the birds if you decide to keep them. And he walked to the barn one day and he said, I'm done with it. That's Charlene's running, my cat. So he said, I'm done with it. I'm just tired. And the thing is sometimes God allows things not only for myself but for my husband too, to slow us both down. So we've been enjoying a lot of times just sitting around and enjoying our life in retirement. And sometimes God uses odd things to wake us up. So my healing has been a time of pondering, relaxing, having fun. People have stopped me and said, what happened to your hand? Or I like the color. And then I would laugh and I'd say, yeah, second time around. And they like the story, and they'll they just think it's odd, and it's just one of those things. But I guess through it all, it's taught me to slow down. And you don't have to break your wrist for this to happen for you. You could just take my advice and slow down. If you're in your late 50s or 60s, or you're just doing too much, slow down. You can't hear from God when you're running and running and doing this and doing that and all over. I mean, it's like the only time you can hear from God is when you're sleeping, because you're so busy doing stuff, and half the things don't even have to be done. It's just the way you get to be. So anyway, I thought you guys might enjoy just seeing how things were progressing. It is 2 weeks into it, and the pain is getting manageable. I still have to take my ibuprofen because that's all I'm taking for it. They put some heavy painkillers on me, and in the beginning the doctor said she was worried about my pain level. But I basically, when I went to get my cast done, I asked if that was necessary because I didn't want to be on a big heavy painkiller. I mean, I was in terrible pain, but I'm just not one to take a bunch of medication. It's just me. I mean, if you need it, yeah. And I needed it that first day, but I don't want to be on a bunch of pain medication. I just figured, just slow down. But now it's starting to be manageable. But it was really, really, really painful. In fact, I said to Clay, I said, this was the most painful thing that's ever happened to me. And I've had a toe broken one time. And I had a baby, I had surgery, I had things happen, but this is the most painful thing. And the first wrist was nothing, and I didn't even know it was broken because I went and let it go for a week, and then my sister said, you really need to get that checked out, and so I did, because you don't want a bone to set wrong. So if you do think you broke your hand, just go in and take care of it. Don't ignore it, because that was foolish. But I didn't know. I thought that maybe I just really banged myself good, but after a week I said, I think I broke it, because it was still pretty painful. But this one was like, because I could actually see my hand was like weird looking, because I had really clipped it, and the doctor said too. He said that I had really clipped it. I thought I heard thunder. I'm just watching myself walking here because it's I am a little careful in the yard now after 2 times of falling in the yard, which brings me to this. If you are older, watch your step, because there are things on the ground, holes, roots, things you didn't even know were there. And if you get in a hurry, even if you're young, just watch your step. I mean, I don't say baby yourself, because I'm not babying myself. I'm still doing things, but I'm just taking it easy. And I'm just trying to slow down and not be in such a big hurry. That's my hand. I don't have a selfie stick on. So anyway, I thought you guys might enjoy the update. To be honest with you, it has not been a time of anguish and pain and super reflection. It's been more of moments that I felt like, hey, God's speaking to me right now, or that kind of thing. And it's been more of a slowing down, reminding myself, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. That's been most of it. And trying to rest my one arm. So that's been what most of this has been about. It's been about slowing down and trying to train myself to slow down and not feeling guilty when I do sit down, because I realize that it's just how I'm wired. My whole family's like that. They're super, super like, I got to do this, I got to do that. So basically I'm just slowing down and hoping that maybe my experience, God can use it to tell other people to slow down so they don't have to break their hands or rest or whatever it is. So so most of the time it's been pretty enjoyable. I mean, it's like, hey, this is the way it should be. So God wants me to enjoy my life. He doesn't want me to be working like a just crazy all the time. He wants me to enjoy my life, stop and smell the roses. And it's not all about what you do, but who you are. It's like I had a friend one time. He said, you are valuable in and of yourself. And that was one of the best statements he said. So anyway, little Teddy here. So like, subscribe, and remember, big or small, you too can be a backyard farm. And now remember, it's going to take me a minute to turn this off, okay? All right, here we go. Here we go. You get to look at my roof.